Hello, my name is Nancy Hetker, and I'm an independent Stampin' Up! Demonstrator in Melbourne, Australia. And today we are going to have a session of mystery stamping. Unfortunately, I didn't have my Zoom settings quite right to get a good video on this morning's session, so I'm recording this today for those of you who are wanting to follow along on replay. Never fear, I will cut in the cards that the participants did make, so you'll be able to see those. But before we get started, I wanted to mention a few things. We are in the pre-order period for both our upcoming July to December mini catalog and celebration. If you are in Australia and are not working with a demonstrator or would like to switch demonstrators, I would be happy to have you be my customer or be part of my team. Just reach out to me at nancysniftynotes.com and I will hook you up with your own copies of catalogs and be happy to talk you through the benefits of joining my team. So that said, the other thing I wanted to let you know about is I'm doing a 2-day stamp camp in mid-July. This will be here at my apartment in central Melbourne. It's the 16th and 17th. We're going to have a number of big fancy projects focused on the texture chic, I have trouble with that for some reason, Suite collection, which you can see in the annual catalog on pages 98 and 99. And there is also going to be plenty of time for you to do your own projects. You can bring along some stuff that you have in mind to work on, and you will have access to all of my stamps and tools and embossing folders and things like that. And yeah, there's details on that pinned at the top of my website at nancysniftynotes.com, and I would love to have people come and hang out for the weekend. So let's get on to the mystery stamping. So for card 1, you should have prepared all of your cardstock and designer series paper. This card will be landscape, which means that it will be in this orientation. And I'm just checking, yep, we are still recording in the right way. So let's get started. I'm going to go through these fairly quickly. You should feel free to pause the video on every clue until you are ready to move on to the next one. And then, yeah, just follow along. So clue 1, add the 8 DSP squares to the smaller rectangle of cardstock with liquid glue. Leave space around each one. You can have these be in a regular pattern. You can have them facing all the same side up. You can mix it up. You can put them on however you like. Clue 2, stamp a small sentiment in the bottom right corner of the card base. This probably needs to be a single line sentiment, but that is up to you. Clearly, all the rest of the pieces that you have in your possession are going to have to go on that card front somewhere, so think about that. Clue 3, emboss that DSP and colored cardstock panel, the one with the 8 squares of DSP, with an embossing folder in your die cutting and embossing machine. Clue 4, add that embossed layer to the remaining colored cardstock rectangle. Clue 5, add those layers to the card front with dimensionals above the sentiment. So that is it for card number 1. Here is what I made for card number 1. And you are about to see what the other 2 participants this morning made. Sorry? Yeah, that's great. I like how you're I like how they're not lined up.
Yeah. And
I
it's
like the
long.
way
The card's long. If I'd done one long, no, I have to cut in centimeters.
Okay, Annette, let's see yours, please. Yeah, I like the random pattern too.
Yeah.
And I think it works well. And I think your idea to put a butterfly on there is a
Yeah.
good one.
I think the butterfly will fix it up a bit better.
I think it's
But
great.
I love the embossing on it. It sort of brings it out too.
Yeah, it's a nice little
And
twist.
I lifted it up
Mm-hmm.
so that it's the pink's lifted on top of the purple.
Yeah.
Stands out. Yeah.
Okay, now we're back for card 2. So this card is going to be portrait orientation, which means it's going to go this way. And you should have cut everything out. If you did not, if you download the first version of the supplies that I posted and didn't go back and double check for the second one, here is where I made my first mistake. Is on the centimeters, I did not mark that you needed 2 of the basic white or very vanilla pieces. On the inches I did, but the centimeters I didn't. So you will need 2 of those. Okay, clue 1. Adhere the larger piece of DSP to the 10 by 14.4 centimeter or 5.5 by 4.25 inch piece of cardstock with flat adhesive. Clue number 2. On the long side of the remaining piece of cardstock, scored at either 7 and 14 centimeters or 3.25 by 6.5 inches. And this is not cut to the right size, but I'm talking about there and there. Clue number 3, fold that scored piece into a Z fold or a Z fold and use a bone folder to burnish the creases. So it's going to, that's why it's called a Z fold. It's going to go like that, and you're going to burnish down those creases. Add that Z fold card to the center of your DSP layer with strong adhesive like multi-purpose liquid glue, tear and tape, or Seal Plus. So yes, right smack dab in the middle of that designer series paper, you put on the rectangle in your first clue. Clue number 5. Add the basic white layer that measures 9.5 by 6.5 centimeters or 4 by 3 inches to the outside of the Z-fold card with flat adhesive. That's one of the 2 basic white or very vanilla pieces. Clue number 6. Add the DSP that measures 9 by 6 centimeters or 2 3/4 by 3 3/4 inches to the basic white layer on the front of that Z fold card with flat adhesive. Clue number 7. Stamp a sentiment on basic white scrap. Mat it on colored cardstock scrap and adhere it together. You can use punches or dies or snips to cut everything out to the right size. Add it to the front of the Z-fold card with dimensionals. Clue number 8. Does your card front need an image? If so, stamp on a scrap of basic white, cut it out, and add. I say with dimensionals, but here are 2 things. It doesn't have to be a stamped image. It could just be die cut images, and you don't have to add them with dimensionals if your card works better or they work better flat. Clue number 9. Add the second piece of basic white that measures 9.5 by 6.5 centimeters or 4 by 3 inches to the inside of your Z-fold card with adhesive. And clue number 10, add embellishments, ribbon, wink of Stella, as desired. Okay, here is the card I made. You can see there goes this Z fold or Z fold. And I will show you the two that were made during the session. Here we go. Ooh.
Oh, nice. Is it cup of tea?
Perfect.
Is it? Oh no, that's
Yes, the
cup of
tea,
tea.
the tea, yeah, the tea set. And
Oh, beautiful.
and whatever shade of blue this is, whose name I
Starry
forget.
Sky.
Yeah, the darker one, yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
Open
The
it up
orchid.
again, please. Pretty.
I
Mm-hmm.
like it.
And this is Highland Heather, so it actually matches nicely with this. It doesn't, not exactly Orchid Oasis, but it's close enough.
Is your outside card Orchid Oasis?
Sorry?
The base card is Orchid
No.
Oasis. It's
Starry
all
Sky.
Starry
Starry
Sky.
Let's see you and that.
Well, I put it down. Oh, sorry, here you are.
Oh, yeah.
Wow.
Perfect.
Ooh. Wow.
That looks great.
Ooh.
Well, now
Inside.
it can stand.
Yeah.
Oh. Oh. Good work.
Well done.
Good work. All right.
I like how you lined up the DSP. It
Yes.
worked well. I would love it if you would upload pictures of your creations onto my Nancy's Nifty Notemakers Facebook group, and I will put a link to that in the comments of this video. Thanks for playing along, and I will see you next time. Bye-bye.